The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. At that time, Jesus responded, I give praise to you, Father, Lord of heaven and earth. For although you have hidden these things from the wise and the learned, you have revealed them to the childlike. Yes, Father, such has been your gracious will. All things have been handed over to me by my Father. No one knows the Son except the Father, and no one knows the Father except the Son, and anyone to whom the Son wishes to reveal him. Come to me, all you who labor and are burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am meek and humble of heart, and you will find rest for yourselves. For my yoke is easy, and my burden light. The Gospel of the Lord. If you were alive in the 14th century, one of the greatest names you have heard in the church would have been precisely this saint whom we honor today, whose feast we celebrate, Saint Catherine of Siena. Born in Tuscany, in Siena, a couple hours north of Rome. And this saint is one of the giants. He's considered a doctor of the church. And if you ever want to grow deeper in your Catholic faith, in this deep spiritual life, again, pick up anything of Catherine of Siena. The depths in which she plunges are absolutely stunning. Catherine would change the course of the church. She would write to kings, to popes. She was one of those movers and shakers in the early church. And the fact that she was just a young woman, it was utterly stunning, the impact she had. And I can't underscore that enough. She would float. At one time, her parish priest said, because she would spend long hours in prayer in the local parish church. They discover her floating in the church. Our saints are weird. It's utterly bizarre, these saints. She would levitate at times. She would kneel in prayer. She would be so enwrapped in prayer that the people would prod her with pins to see if she would react, because she was just so stunning, kneeling in prayer, staring at the Lord in the Eucharist, just staring at him. And no one could move her, and they would literally pick her up. She was like a statue, and they'd have to move her outside. Like, Catherine, we got to close the church. So they put her outside, and she'd just still be kneeling there in prayer. She was so locked in on Jesus. But part of one of her teachings, and this is going to be huge, she constantly speaks about what she called the well of self-knowledge. Meaning, as we hear in the first reading about John telling us not to sin, but as we all know, we all fall. But it's a good thing. Because notice this now, the dynamic of sinning. So we all know we shouldn't sin. We all know we shouldn't. And then what happens? We fall. Now stay there. So we've sinned, I've fallen, I've done something horrendous. What happens psychologically? What a loser I am. I'm so horrible. Why do I keep doing the same sin over and over? I'm so miserable. Don't look at me. I'm ugly. I'm such a horrible Catholic. And we beat ourselves up over that. Catherine says, all right, that's good. Recognize that we've fallen. Our enemy, the devil, wants us to stay in that state. Hate yourself. You're ugly. If anybody knew the truth of you, they would laugh at you and mock you. Hide. Stay behind, using the language of Genesis, stay behind the bush. Don't come out. Catherine says, no. Take that feeling, that idea of recognizing our wretchedness, now flip it. Because God has just revealed something to you as a gift. How fragile we are and weak. And you take that recognition of the truth, that self-knowledge of who we truly are, and now rejoice. Rejoice in those moments, saying, God, thank you for revealing this truth to me, because now I know a deeper truth about myself, and that I need you more than I ever realized. I am indeed a sinner, and I joyfully go to confession because I need you. You see, that's the dynamic. Most people simply sin and they say, I'm going to give up. I'm going to stop praying because it's not working. I'm ugly, I'm hideous, so what happens? I'll go after other things. And then we stay in this loop of sin. So no. Take the wretchedness, that gift of self-knowledge, and then rejoice. Take that next step and turn to God with deeper fervor and run to the confession. Catherine of Siena would famously say, if we are as we should be, meaning saints, we will set the world on fire.